Welcome back to Nick's Vids. In this video, it is probably a rather morbid subject, but it could have been a lot worse. If you may remember back to a video I put up saying a pound for a penny ride, I think the name of the video was. I'll put a little overlay here. That ride was all about raising money for a girl who had a horrific motorcycle accident. Her name was Penny. She went head on with a van and, well, she was just like completely messed up. She was in hospital with various injuries, which I'll go through in a bit. We all thought she wouldn't make it, in all honesty. She did make it. She was going to be very injured, as in probably disabled afterwards. So the idea was the money was to be used to sort out her living accommodations and so on. She made it. She made a full recovery. Apart from the scars and things she has now, she has made a full recovery, which is absolutely fantastic. I didn't expect it. I went to see her in hospital I think a week after her injuries, and she was still in a coma at that point. Yeah, so I saw her then and she looked a state. It actually terrified. It gives me chills just thinking back to it. But luckily, she's fine now. Absolutely fine. The reason I'm bringing this subject up again is she got sent dash cam footage of the incident. Luckily, because I know her quite well, she has sent me that footage, and I now have the ability to show you that that video footage, and that's what I'm going to do in just a second. Once you've watched the video footage, I'm going to head over to where the actual accident happened. It's not too far from here, and we're going to talk through like what must have gone wrong exactly and my thoughts on what happened. I've already asked her a few questions. She can't remember any of it, but I've asked her a few questions about injuries she's had and so on, and she's been nice enough to give me a few answers and things like that. I've noted them down, so we'll go through them in a minute. But it is such an impact. I'm going to shut up now and let you have a little watch. So here you go. So as you can see, it is, well, quite an impact. She flew, must have been 10 feet in the air, landed on the concrete, slid into a curb. It's horrible to watch in all seriousness, especially if you know the person. I'm so thankful that she's still okay after all of this, the injuries, but unfortunately the reason, probably not the reason, because I think at that point gear doesn't help to an extent. It can only help to an extent, but she wasn't wearing full protective gear. She had an alright helmet on. We did a little research on the helmet she had on. I can't remember the brand of it now, but it was an alright lid. It was a budget lid, that's for sure. But that's the thing, when you first get a bike, you don't have money to splash out on fancy gear, and I still don't have that money now. Don't blame her for that. So she was wearing a helmet, a budget helmet with motorcycle gloves, a Kevlar hoodie without armour, which is probably one of the key things, and motorcycle boots, and that's it. She wasn't wearing motorcycle trousers, but to be honest, I know a lot of riders don't. Due to that, she did get a substantial amount of injuries. If I can remember off the top of my head, she had 3 bleeds to the brain, 1 broken jaw in 2 places. She broke her collarbone, she broke her cheekbone, she broke a rib and that punctured a lung. She broke her leg, she broke both her wrists, and she got some very bad scarring. The bike was completely smashed to pieces. I probably missed some of the injuries as well. It was, oh yes, that was one of the main ones actually, was she had 2 compressed vertebrae, which is anything to do with your spine. It's not fun. But she's fine now. She doesn't ride bikes anymore, understandably. I don't know if she ever will. She still goes on her boyfriend's bike, so my friend, and yeah, she's not scared of bike riding, but I don't think she wants to ride herself, which is understandable. So it took her probably, I think she said 5 months recovery time. And that was when she left hospital after 5 months, and she then obviously took some time to recover at home. It's just such a massive impact on someone's life. One of the other things is she can't remember anything from the day, from the injury, from anything. She can't remember anything till she came out of the coma. But yeah, she can't remember anything for literally 2 or 3 days before that incident. She can't remember anything. Okay, so we're just pulling into the road. We're actually going the same direction that she actually had the accident, so I will definitely not be copying. But I'll talk you through what actually happened, and you can see it through the video footage anyway, which I'll show again as I'm talking her through. She was coming around this corner. It was a rather windy day that day, so she actually thinks that maybe the wind blew her, but I'm pretty sure it was just too much speed into the corner. I think because obviously the corner ducks in, I think she target fixated and went off straight here. I think the impact was about there. She went head on, hit that curb there, and the dash cam of the car was about there as well. So you can just tell that from where it was, that target fixation came into play, and I'm almost certain, I think she took the corner too fast, was not prepared for the speed she had into the corner, panicked. You can actually see her if you look really carefully, just straighten up and apply the brake. So she knew that braking technique is not to brake round corners. Okay, so this is where the dash cam car was, and the dash cam car hit, I think it was about here, as she impacted just in front of that lamppost, slid across the other side of the road. It gives you chills being back here. That's only because I've seen the footage. To anyone else, you wouldn't even know. But it's just a shame that that impact happened. You can see the corner's kind of tight. She obviously hit the corner with too much speed, target fixated on the van, panicked. It's just the same old scenario. It just sucks. As simple as that, it sucks. I'm glad she's okay. It could have been so much worse. I'm just happy she's alive, well, and she's still a bubbly, happy person as she always has been. So yeah, there you go. There's that was the video. That's the impact. That's the story. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Have a look at some of her injuries. I think there's some of them on her Instagram. Please feel free to follow her, have a look. If you scroll back far enough, it was over a year ago now, coming up to a year and a half, I think. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. I'll do more crash videos whenever I get them. If anybody knows about them, anybody has a crash on video, I'll always do a video report about it. I know a friend had a crash a few years ago, which I might do soon. But yeah, thank you very much for watching Nick's Vids. I hope you all have a lovely day and avoid crashes like this. See you soon.